Alright, you three. Well, you two. I don't know which the third. Look. You're going. You three are heading to a dungeon at the border of the Clover Kingdom and Diamond. Okay, Finral, get him close as you can. I'm gonna go take a dump. Hello, it is me, We Anime or Anime Wheat, and I'm here to bring you part 2 of What If Asta had water magic. Now, today we're going over the dungeon arc. Actually, I don't remember what it's called. I'm gonna call it the dungeon. Actually, I think it's like the dungeon border. I don't know, the dungeon at the border. I don't know. It's something like that. But you know what I mean. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah. Also, I added a new spell to the thing. You'll see today. You'll see it. Hopefully. Probably will, honestly. So, without a further ado, let me get a drink of water. And I think you should too. And then we can get into this. And also to the new guys watching this. At some point, my audio will change. Well, not audio, but my location will change. It will be way more echoey. Because if you didn't know, the atmosphere is changing and the weather is getting colder. And I am a person. I'm not AI. So I'm gonna get somewhere warmer in the coming weeks. Uh, okay, okay. I'm just warning you now. I mean, the people who have already been on my channel for a long time would know this. I move around quite a bit. Um, Also, background noise. I'm sorry, I can't control the weather. Uh, Background, well, or animals either. I wish I could. That'd be nice. But yeah, you get my point. Also, if you didn't remember, I do impressions. Yeah, yeah. And if you would like to see any more of my what ifs, they're on my channel somewhere. Okay. The other two I have currently going on is what if Deku was Akaza's reincarnation, and what if Naofumi was the legendary bow staff hero. Both part ones of those are up on my channel. If you would like to go check them out, just feel them out. Just watch the first episode, and if you don't like it, you don't gotta watch the rest of the series. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. But if you like the way I tell my what ifs, please stick around. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to. Comment, answer. Just ask me a question. I'll answer it to the best of my capabilities. And I stutter quite a bit. I'm not perfect. And if anybody says, "Oh yeah, I'm perfect," they're a narcissist. Okay, cool. Anyways, shall we begin? Also, if you don't remember, this is a podcast format video. I recommend either play a game while you listen to this, or take a shower, or take a dump, do chores. I don't know. Or if you want to save this for at a later point, just pause the video and exit off. I don't care. I just want you to enjoy my content because honestly, I've always wanted to tell stories at a bigger output. That's why I became a YouTuber in the first place. Um, if some people like them and keep on coming back for more and more, I'll keep on making them. I don't care about making money in this. The money would be nice though. I don't have money. I'm currently brokey. Okay? Not really. I have money. Not good money, but I have money. Not a lot of money, but I have money. I really want isekai into Black Clover. Is that bad? That I really want isekai into Black Clover? You know how fun that would be? Just throwing around fireballs. Just phew. Oh, what magic do you think I would have, by the way? That's my question to you all. If you'd like to answer, you can. In the comments. I'd prefer it. Or you message me on socials. Either there or comment it. I don't know. Do either. All at We Anime, by the way. Anyways, let's get into it. So we can see Asta, Luck, and Noelle walking through this messed up landscape towards the dungeon. And after a minute or two, they would make it there. They would head in, and they would start looking around. Until eventually Luck would say, "Ooh," and then he would set off a multitude of traps of fire pillars, uh, electric shocks going through, just a multitude of traps as the other two would just walk through, just dodging where they could, just moving around the traps as Luck would just set them off in front of them. Now that would eventually stop as he would run off to who knows where. Asta would say, "Of course, of course, of course, of course he would just go away to fight another guy." Shouldn't we go after him? No, no, it's normal at this point. What, him just abandoning the mission to go fight another guy, a strong opponent? Yes. There's been multiple times I've been on missions with him that he's just ran off to fight a guy that has, or a monster, a beast, or something like that. Eventually, we will have to go and get him at some point, but right now, no. I'd like to find the actual room. Unless there's another Magic Knight squad here. Then they can go find the room, and we can go get Luck. Oh god. Let's get moving. And they would move through the dungeon, dodging traps, until eventually they would meet the members of the Golden Dawn that would, well, arrive. See, Asta would already know Klaus. He would not know the other two new members, though. So they would stop there and introduce herself. Noelle would already know Mimosa by this point, since they are cousins, right? They would already know them. Asta would say, "Hello, I am Asta Siren. I am, well, a member of the Black Bulls. First stage Magic Knight, Junior Magic Knight. Given I have been at the position for the past year, but Eh, I don't care. Oh, yes, Asta. You're the only Black Bull I sort of like. That doesn't go the same way for you. I've met William. He's nice. Now, given you are probably one of the nicer and easier to talk to members of the Golden Dawn, you I shouldn't say it, but I am. Snot nosed number ones. Swear, you all are all just bunched up royalty. Just, oh yes, I am. Oh yes, other royal. I am so good at blah blah blah. And oh yes, I would love to go get a cup of tea. Wee wee. You do realize not all of us sound like that? In my head, you do. Well, that is not nice. Yeah, no. That's why I said it. Anyways, Scoot, I gotta go find my other member. Um, I would say, would you take care of my other squad mate, but that would be a bad idea. You all probably just leave her in the ditch somewhere. Stupid royals. Or you get her to join your squad because you find out she's part of the Silver family. Come on, Noel. What? Bye, Noel. Bye. I didn't even talk to the guy. And Asta would turn around, walk a little bit. Noel would still be standing there. Um, I didn't get your name. As he would point at Yuno. Oh, Yuno. Yeah, you're from Hajj. The rookie that everyone wanted. Lucky you. People would want me too. If I actually did it. Wait, you didn't do the. No! I washed up on a beach and got forced into the Black Bulls. Now, given, not a bad situation. I don't really got to do much. I mean, given I am the only one that really does missions. Now, given I don't get stars for them, but I do get rank ups, meaning I can force people around, which is fun. Anyways, by you could at least throw any form of a like facial expression, man, like a smile or anything besides brood, brood, brood. I'm not brooding. I'm just trying to stay calm. Given this is my first experience in a dungeon. Yeah, dungeon. I was about to say that. Yeah, I don't care. I'm still your superior. I don't care. You're mean. Anyways, see you, Klaus. Vermilion lady. My name's Mimosa. Manosa. Not Manosa. Mimosa. Manosa. No, it's Mimosa. Manosa. Manosa. There's no in my name. Mimosa. Good enough. Um, by Asta. Syrian. Okay, let's go. As both squads would go their separate ways. I really hope you didn't hear that. I think I might be half gluten intolerant. I don't think I actually am. I ate an apple yesterday. No, that wasn't even yesterday. I ate a lot of food yesterday. We had to get family get together. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Asta and Noel would travel through um, the dungeon, heading towards Luck, or attempting to find Luck, which they would be able to after a while. Asta launching down on top of, well, in front of Luck, cutting through a black smoke blast As he would land, he would say, "Luck." As he would sheath his sword. "Hey, I was gonna dodge." Yeah, it didn't seem like that. He would let down his kimono, like Zoro does. Just a white sleeveless shirt, like a tank top, like what Yami wears, right? As Lotus would say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I feel like I recognize you from somewhere." Yeah, you're not recognizing me. You're recognizing the black magic user, not black magic. The Black Bull Captain Yami Sukihiro. Ah, yes, yes. Yami, we once fought. I don't care. I see that you're still alive, so how about I finish the job? Water magic. Queer. No, no, I knew I was going to do that. Okay, after I finished recording the first episode, part one, I was walking later that day and said to myself, I'm so gonna say queer instead of clear at some point because I mess up my words. I knew I was going to do it at some point. Huh. But yet, he would use water magic, clear water slash. As he would unsheath his sword and slash, a water blade would shoot out. Well, the blade would first be coated in water as uh, Lotus would dodge out of the way and say, "Are you sure you're not Yami Sukihiro?" "No, I'm not." "And how did your voice change?" "How did your voice change?" Anyways, yeah, are you sure you're not Yami Sukihiro? "I'm not Yami. I feel like I've stated that. My name's Asta. I also just use a katana." "Oh, neat." I forget the spell name, but he would fill the room with a bunch of black smoke as Noel would arrive behind Asta. I forget the spell name, but the black smoke spell would fill up the room, and well, he would start moving around. They could still sense him, but he could also sense them, right? Forcing them, well, forcing Asta, well, not even forcing him. He would know. He knows where he is because of Key. He has a key. If you forgotten, Asta would say, "Hey Noel, yeah, you want to do something? Kinda. Okay, then watch. I know we don't have the same fighting style, but I got a way we can kinda connect. Water magic, reaping shot." Oh, it's walnuts falling. I really should grab this. I want to see what happens if I do something. Anyways, after saying it, his blade would, the water on the blade that would still be coating it would, like, go up the blade to the point. At the point, as he would point it at where Lotus is, it would fire in a small orb, like spear, and then it would hit Lotus as it would wrap around him, as Asta would say, water binding magic, coral cage. Um, as the water magic would impact upon Lotus, uh, it would start to form around him, going around his arms and legs in the form of coral as he would fall. Now, come on. What? Come on. Here, if you're afraid of getting lost, hold my hand. Or hold my kimono. He would hold up his kimono, she would grab on to like the back of it. As they would walk through, Asta would bend down, reach down, and then boom, boom. He would grab Lotus's face and slam it on the ground multiple times to where the spell would disperse. He would still be conscious, but yet the spell would disperse. So you know that one Vanessa got you? Or you two went and got? You were also there? Yeah, whatever. Uh, shoot him. What? You know the water blast? Just focus. See, you know how I did it at the point of my blade? Yeah, do that to him. Wait, we don't gotta do this. Yeah, I'm training my protege. Wait, she's. No, she's my squad mate. I just say that. Maybe we could bond. You have 3 children, like you said? I have her. What? I'm not your child. I'm teaching you, so technically, you're my child. That doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't. Do it. Okay. She would grab the wand and point it at his chest as she would put mana through it and pressure it at the tip of the wand, at the top of the wand, at the point of the wand, and point it as the water would arise and just start swirling into an orb, like a massive water blast would fire from it, hitting Lotus and making him sink into the ground multiple times. As Lotus in his head, he would still be conscious, but he would say, I gotta get out of here. Like now, there's my grimoire. And he would use his I forget the I I forget the ow. I forget the spell. But yet it's black smoke creation magic. It's the train one, right? So he would be lifted off the train, and then like black smoke tendrils would pick up the other men, and they would book it. He would still be contained by the binding spell of Asta's, but he would be able to get away. Now, given there would be a massive black bruise on his chest, like covering all the way from his right pec to his left pec and down to mid stomach. But that was the least of his worries. He had multiple broken ribs as well. But yet, he's still going to do his job. And that's why you do teamwork, Luck. Now, come on. I didn't bet anything against the Golden Dawn, but probably should have. Come on. There you go. Traveling back through the dungeon, and then we'll cut to the Golden Dawn. Yuno would be fighting a diamond mage by the name of Mars. Now, he would be doing his best that he could, using a combo spell between Swift White Hawk and Windblade Shower. I believe that was it. I believe. I'm not entirely certain. Mimosa would be down and healing herself currently. Klaus would be standing there. until a massive blade of mineral would be made and would be swung down at Yuno until water magic, queer. Oh my god, I did it again. Clear water dance. Asta's blade would be coated in water again, as he would slash once, and then twice, and then a third time. And those slashes would split out, causing them to multiply by, well, adding another one, and then again. So, 3 times 3? 9. There would be 9 water slashes traveling at this blade that would cut it up entirely as Asta would travel through the air, landing on the ground and sliding. Skidding across the ground, he would remain still as he would turn around and say, "So, there's not just one of you." Mars would instantly go attacking again, attacking him with multiple small mineral blades. Asta would just cut him out of the air, blocking, well, covering as ding, 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 cutting him through effortlessly until they would stop. And Asta would say, this Lotus guy, is your bud? I guess so. Well, he's already gone, so I guess it's your turn to leave. I will fulfill the mission. Any means necessary. Yeah, whatever. And then boom! Asta would move in an instant, appearing straight. Well, not really in an instant. Mars being, well, them being a relatively same strength, Mars would be able to follow him because of the mana, like, sensing, right? So, creating another multiple mineral blades would start firing. They would also have to stop and just cut them all down, and he would be walking closer and closer at Mars. Just walking closer and closer, just cutting down all the blades. Asta would say, "These things are chipping my blade, are gonna chip my blade here soon, so might as well deal with this now." Water creation magic. Crab claw. Asta's blade would be coated in water by a large amount of water, as it would mold its shape into a crab, like the big crab claw, the crusher claw, that type of deal. As then he would thrust the blade once again, well, not once again, but he would kind of reach out forward with his blade as the crab claw would launch. Any blades that would hit it, they would just go straight through. Since it is just water, it would just pass through without no harm until it would just grab Mars by the torso and lift him up and slam him down multiple times to the side. Asta would be moving his arm, like controlling it, to slam each way it would want to, and then he would throw him back. Mars would crash against the wall, and then, oh, come on. We both know you ain't done. I will win. Because the strong will prevail and get stronger, as the weak will stay weak and die out like a pest. That's not even close to what he says, but that's what I'm making him say. Kind of sick though. Dude, I wish one of you or someone would make me a wiki to put all the quotes on it. I mean, serious, I can't track them all. Bro, there are so many sick lines I've said. That would be awesome if someone would make me a wiki. Because I don't know how to. I couldn't tell you how to. That's the first part. I don't know how. But, wink wink. Maybe you do? I don't care. If you want to, you can. I'm not forcing you. It would be very cool if you did. Shout out. Well, dude, if someone does, I'll make a video on it of going through it and seeing if I can remember where they were without like checking what it was. So like uh don't know how I'd do that because I don't know what like it would probably say what episode it's from. Oh, God, at some point we got to do that. We got to make that a thing, right? We got it. That would be so cool. Please, maybe, pretty please, with a cherry on top. Huh? Huh? I don't know. I don't know how to. If I did, I probably would by now, but I don't. Uh. Anyways, Mars would get up, making like how he does in canon. How he would get up that second time, not the third time, where after he's defeated, like for the first time, and then get up. No, no, no. He has not been defeated yet. Excuse me. So sorry. Uh, but I hope you know what I'm saying. And if you do know what I'm saying, I hope you do. I hope you know what I mean. So after he would be knocked down the first time by crashing into the wall, he would stand up. The blade would be made again. Asta would cut it in half. The mineral clones would appear as Noel would protect Mimosa, Luck, Klaus, and would be fighting the clones currently. Asta would say, what was your name again? My name is Mars. Okay. Name's Asta Siren of the Black Bulls. Let's see how you deal with this. Water magic, clear water dance. Same as last time, but slashing more the first time, and they would triple. Every slash would have another, like, two other splits. So he would slash 10 times. 30 water slashes would be flying towards what's his face? Mars. In this monstrous, like, massive armor of mineral armor. Just in this massive monstrosity of it. He would block them all. And Asta would say, "Are you serious?" Of course. Let's see. As he would stretch. Okay. I thought I could do it from back here, but I guess not. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Yep, I got an idea. He would go running, dodging slashes from the massive blade, running up it, jumping, and then he would land on the other blade, and any rubble he would jump on to get a higher leverage point, as he would be up in the air, as he would say, "Water magic, clear water slash." Say good night, as he would have it above his head, and then he would be sent down. Even though he would block it, it would it would double in size, and it would still cut. It would cut through the what you call it, the mineral armor. See, after that, Asta would eventually, well, fish Mars out of the water, use his binding spell, Coral Cage, and also uh, he would give Klaus the grimoire. And also, Klaus would do his own binding spell. They would, well, somehow make it in, even though it is a magic doorway. They would make it in somehow. Going through it, Yuno would find, well, not really find, find the wind spirit magic scroll, where he would get Sylph. Well, not yet. She wouldn't show up yet, but he has her. And everyone else would grab stuff out of there. Asta, actually, would be getting small bags of it and just putting them in a bag he has at the side, and just putting them in multiple pockets along his, like, inside of his clothes. He has pockets inside of his, like, pants, so he would undo his belt, and there would be multiple pockets, so he would be fitting multiple pieces of like gold, gems, magic items, which one would be a blue orb. He doesn't know what it is, but he's going to keep it. That would be kind of like eyeball shape at the front, like a slit, like a black or a dark blue slit on the light blue gem. He would say, well, might as well take it, and he would put it in a pocket, grabbing multiple other items and more gold or anything else. A mirror he would put in a pocket. That would probably go in his bag, actually. But yet he would grab all this multiple stuff and shove it in pockets in his clothing. Right? Or tie it to, like, his belt. Like tassels. Like multiple bags of gold or other and golden gems would be hanging off of his belt. As he would say, this is going to be not fun to carry, but I don't care. It's going to be something, all right. As he would keep on doing that, then Klaus would say, Asta! As he would turn around, the grimoire would be floating out of the doorway. Are you serious? As he would unsheath his blade, and he would say, get ready, you three. Well, six. Well, five. As then, the building, like the door would crash in, dust would billow, as Mars would awaken in this new massive armor with the Phoenix robe. Well, that's new. He can use two magics. I've never seen that in my life. Probably dealt with. Diamond Kingdom is weird. Probably those experiments I've heard. And then. Mineral would trap Luck, and Klaus. As a shard of mineral would go flying at Noelle and would uh, slash her side. No, Mimosa would instantly yell Noelle and start healing her. Run up to her and heal her. As Mars would say, "Weak, all of you are weak. You all will perish here, as I will flourish and become stronger. Yeah, I don't care about how you're gonna flourish. You mess up my squad, and you're gonna regret it. Water magic, reaping shot. The same as last time. Blade, his blade would be coated in water. It would all wash up, technically, up the blade at the point, and then turn into an orb. And then fire. It would be knocked away by Mars's hand. But yet, even even as it was knocked away, it still did do a lot of damage to, like, it took a chunk off of the armor. Asta would say, I wonder what that thing does. Well, in his head, this was what he would actually say. I really wish I had something sweet right now. He would grab his blade and then say, water magic, clear water dance. And then he would slash 5 times. 15 slashes would shoot out. I said 5 times, yeah. They would be blocked by Mars's arms. Asta would say, this has to be cheating somehow, as he would go running. As he would jump up, like run on the side of the wall, and then boom, he would launch himself from the wall right at Mars's head. As he would say, water magic, clear water slash. And as he would slash, he would barely dodge being hit by a blade, as he would be upside down doing a flip in the air, landing in front of Noelle and Mimosa. Asta would say, how is she? She's alive. I'd like to keep her that way. Yami would not be happy, nor would Nozel. He would probably take the reoccurring sweet. Then what? Nothing. If you're very curious, I'll explain it to you later. And then boom, he would move again. Let's see how you do this. Actually, how about I put out your fire? Water magic. Crab claw. Nope, hold on. Nope, wrong one. I said the wrong one. Water magic. Clear water slash. And then boom. Water magic. Clear water dance. Slashing multiple times, those slashes would triple. He would slash so fast it would look like he only slashed once at the side, at like a verticals up and down, uh, horizontal. I think that's the right one. He would slash horizontally, or like taking the blade from like his like chest length and then slashing it out without moving his arm very much. Just boom, like a simple slash, like you know how wind blades are. Just boom, like yeah, like that. Okay, yeah. He would slash 20 times, 60 slashes, which when it would be very difficult to dodge or block all of these. So what Mars would do is create a wall of mineral that most of the slashes would cut down, as it would be, you know how big a cinder block is? I hope you do. Um, it would be about a foot thick. The mineral wall would be about a foot thick. Okay, as it would be cut down, but only a few slashes would be able to make it through and actually hit him, which would still put out the Phoenix healing robe. But, I mean, it wouldn't really be enough. Even though it did put out the robe as Asta would land, Mars would still be standing there. Let's see if you can dodge this. Multiple blades of mineral would fly towards Asta. He would be cutting down most of them, but he would be getting cut at the arms, at the torso, on the legs, at the like chest. But yet he would be able to dodge them also, but yet he would still be getting cut. There's just too many for him to actually deal with. But yet he's only slashing, like cutting him down with one hand. So he would say, water creation magic, crab claw. And like earlier, his hand, but with his hand this time, the water would climb up, like would appear around his hand, slash a little bit of his forearm, and grow into a large crab claw. Right. As it would do that, it would launch, grabbing this massive, uh, the massive like torso of this mineral armor, and it would pick him up. Mars would say, "How are you doing this?" As he would be thrown of the out of the oh god, out of the doorway, out of the actual treasure room. As Asta would do that, he would be slamming him up and down, left to the right, with his left arm. He would bend over, set down his blade, reach into a pocket as he would reach for the blue gem. He could feel the magic power off of it, and it would be glowing. Like he could feel it, like pulsating, ready to do something. So he would pick it up, and then boom, the whole entire room in his eyes would go blue. In front of him would be a creature, a large leviathan with, it would mostly look like a water dragon, if you know what I mean, but with a more rugged appearance, with more spikes on the head, and a longer body like a Ouroboros. You know, the infinite eating snake that would be eating its tail and just infinitely eating, like around the earth in Norse mythology. Or you can technically connect it to, well, like I said, a leviathan, a water dragon like creature. But then it would shrink, but then grow back in size. As it would say, "So, you wish." What? Oh, never mind, sorry. Hello, new user. I see you would. Well, I sense you're fighting, so I would like to help. I'll give you some of my power for more fighting. See, for us viewers, or, well, me, the creator, I am basing this off of not really anything, but a very, like, a premise, a live object, semi-ly. See, I would mostly base this off of Kaiju number 10 and Hoshina's new weapon based off of Kaiju number 10, the alive armor bit. I hope you like Kaiju number 8. I hope you know what I mean. But this is a little different. See, it's also like how Asta and Li Bei are connected, like via grimoire. See, huh? How about I explain after? See, as the creature would talk, Asta would say, "So you want to fight?" "Yes." "And I get power?" "Yes." "If I let you fight?" "Yes." "No." "But you need it." "I do? I'm not even trying." "Yes, you are. We both know. The little bit I've been here, I could tell that you're struggling. Your potential isn't met yet. These petty little tricks you're pulling on your opponent, is not gonna work for long. Eventually, he's gonna get bigger and more defensive, and then just blow you to smithereens. Smithereens, sorry. So, this is my proposal. Put this object in your grimoire, and then let's see what happens." "How about I don't do that?" "You will do it. See, let me explain something. The spirits, the four elemental spirits, the water spirit, the wind spirit, the fire spirit, and the earth spirit, even though they are stronger than me, I'm still a threat. You see, I am under the water spirit, given by a long shot, but I am a creation of hers." "Okay." "You see, the water spirit is..." "Your mother?" "Yes, you could say that. Actually, that's the entire case. I was her guard before we got separated, before she made me into this gem that was stolen from her, or traded. I don't remember the exact details. But I am stronger than, well, in more destructive power than her." "Yeah, I can tell. I can sense all of it from you. That's why I picked it up and hid it." Oh, you didn't know that, did you? Not at all. I just guessed. I kind of wanted to see what would happen with the massive glass eyeball gem thing. Well, I guess we can make a deal here and now. And that would be you put the gem in your grimoire. You get more power. I get to see how you fight more. And then as you impress me more, the more power you will get. Yeah, you know, you did pull. You do know me better just by the little bit you saw. So fine, but we gotta talk more about your side of things. Oh yes, yes, yes. My side of things will come later. Yours will come now. But you won't be getting all of my power immediately. It will come in stages. And eventually you will bear witness of my full strength. Eventually. Now do it. Yeah, yeah. And then boom. It would only no time would pass in the real world. But for him, it would be multiple minutes. Or maybe an hour. Half an hour. Quarter of an hour? He doesn't know. But yet, with the orb in hand, or the gem eyeball thing, he would put it in his grimoire. And then boom! Magical power would erupt from Asta. Everyone would be able to notice this as they would stare at him. Asta would say, "Man, that big thing wasn't lying." The crab call would disperse as would already been dispersed by this point as Mars would come running through as Asta would say, "Water magic, clear water slash." And then boom, he would slash. And the size of his regular slash would be about the size of his blade. This would quadruple by this little bit of power that he was gifted by this creature, this Leviathan. He's impressed. Well, it does something. Mars would dodge it, though, even in this big armor state, he can still move. He would dodge it, he would duck under, mostly fall to the ground, as he would raise back up. And then, like Todoroki in the sports festival, to Sero, or Midori, or whoever, Bakugo and his other fights. A massive mineral mountain, I guess, would appear, or be constructed. Asta would cut it down in half, and then again, to where it would be minuscule. How? How are you this strong now? I got tired of not trying. What? Then they would slash again. It would connect with Mars, cutting the armor in half, but yet not touching him. So he would jump out and then use a multitude of spells at once, a combo spell, but multiple spells at once to just try to obliterate Asta. Asta would be cutting it through, but yet he would still be getting hit. He would have to pick up the pace. That he would. And eventually, he would be able to make it past all of them. At least, he thinks. He knows he's cut, he knows he hurt, but that won't stop him now. You see, Asta would say, I recommend you run. Water magic reaping shot. As he'd point his blade at Mars, Mars would prepare. As the orb that would usually been made that Mars just knocked back earlier would enlarge and quadruple in size to be around the size of a like a see originally it was like the size of a tennis ball, or actually probably a baseball, but now it's a like basketball size. As it would fly way quicker than before, Mars would think, oh no. As it would hit him in the chest. See, Asta's spells, besides the slashes or many ones that you might see coming, aren't exactly. I mean, they are lethal, but they're not lethal to the point of they're gonna go straight through you yet. See, his spells, he made these because honestly, he wants to fight the strong ones again. He wants them to come back at him with everything they have, get stronger, and whatever else like that. But that kind of backfires real quickly, and he's learned that lesson a lot. See, multiple times he has fought Jack, the captain of the green praying mantises. He's lost every single time, but he keeps on approving. So he would keep on going back, fighting Jack and Yami at once at some points. But yet he would keep on losing. He knew he was. He just wants to test how far he can go, how much further beyond his limits he can push. As Asta would yell, I'm gonna push past my limits with this one. So say goodnight, Diamond Mage. You know what? Mars, you're strong. So don't perish from this one. Reaping shot. Well, water magic, reaping shot. And then boom, it would connect. It would send Mars flying. Asta would say, that massive thing really knows how to fight as its power. And then, on his shoulder, even though he could only see it at this point, as of right now, it a Leviathan head, but the same head as earlier. The large Leviathan dragon thing would appear on Asta's shoulder and say, see, I told you that I would give you power. Now you unconsciously agreed to this. As he would have too many arms, like pointing at him. Now, are we at a deal? Yeah, you got a deal, alright. As Asta would collapse. Unknowing to him, there would be multiple changes. Well, not really changes, just occurrences. There's a massive piece of mineral in his stomach now. Yeah. And after all the cuts on his body, he kind of just passed out. And plus, he was tired. He really wants the sweets. See, the Leviathan, its name is Aries. 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 It's just called Aries. I'm going to call it Aries. He would quickly learn that the only thought this kid ever has beside like fighting is sweets. He would learn that very, like as I said, he learned that very quickly, looking through the kid's thoughts. He learned that this kid really loves sweets, but he will eat other food, so he's not a diabetic. Yeah, yeah. Asta would still have all the stuff in his pockets in his clothes. Um, he would still have them all. So out of all the stuff, they would still be going back with a lot, right? And plus, the big creature after, the Leviathan, after it would, after Asta would collapse, it would kind of make a like actually appear to the others. Everyone would be looking at it. It would say "sup" as it would like kind of detach, like it would be looking like a salamander, not like not a dragon. Well, actually, it'd probably look like a small dragon. Like, yeah, it would just start walking around, just kind of grow in size, just randomly, and then just start picking up stuff like magical items, and it would store it inside his body because it's made of purely water, so he could do that. As he would walk back, he would kind of just sink back into Asta's body as they would leave, just like multiple like uh I don't know how, like he would be about the size of a dog, like not a big dog, but like a German Shepherd, not entirely a big dog, but like a pretty decent big dog. And it would kind of just and then walk back, kind of shrink down. The stuff inside of him would just shrink down too, and he would just go back in. And the grimoire would be changing at the corners of like the where all the pages connect. Uh, would be scales just slowly appearing, but Asta wouldn't make very much notice of that. I will try to add that to the design of this, like scales. I will try to. I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try to make that happen. But no promises. Anyways, I'm gonna end that there. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever you're watching. I hope you have a great rest of your time, and I'll see you all next time. It's been me, Wheat Anime or Anime Wheat or Wheat Annie. You can call me whatever. I don't care. Um, do the YouTube stuff. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's take over the game they call YouTube, or well, mostly this community in What If YouTubers. Let's take over this community, knock off the AI, knock off the other guys. Anyways, roll the dice. Hope to see y'all next time. Bye bye.